Here's the receipt. I will show you guys how much I spent at the very end and you are going to be shook. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here on my very first YouTube video ever. My name is Kristen Hoffman and I love thrifting, homemaking, and intentional living. I am a mom of 3 almost and a wife to Josh. And I'm gonna start off today by taking you guys on an epic thrift haul that I had this morning at the Goodwill outlet. If you like this video, please subscribe and then hit that bell, which will notify you every time I make a new video. Okay, y'all, well, that was a clip from my first YouTube video I ever made. And here I am, my name is still Kristen, and my content is still thrifting, homemaking, and intentional living. If you guys are not familiar with me, I now have 4 children. I've got all daughters, but things have changed a little bit around here. I will say that in the last year, probably one of the biggest criticisms, if you want to call it that people have about me is I will see people write in my comments, just these scathing things. And a recurring statement that I read is, "You've changed. You've changed, I'm leaving. This isn't thrifting content, you've changed, and I did not sign up for this." And I will say that when I started YouTube, it was primarily thrifting. So our first year on YouTube was a whirlwind. I started this channel when I was 4 months pregnant. I had 2 little girls at the time and we had just come out of COVID.
Hey, good morning everyone. We are over in Council Bluffs today and I'm actually stopping at a couple thrift stores I've never been to before. What do you guys think about that?
I think that is great.
Get excited.
I hit the button.
Okay.
Being the person that loves to shop, but also somebody who had no money, I loved going to the thrift stores. So I actually had no idea that thrifting was something that people did on YouTube. So during COVID, I found this niche and I loved it. And I thought that I could contribute to this type of content for y'all. 1 second, baby. She's waking up. I'm telling you, it's like she has an alarm that goes off in her head every time I start filming. Yeah, she wants to be sad and wake up. Basically, I wanted to share where we were at when we first started this channel. One of my most successful videos, if not my most successful video that I've made, was about 40 things that we don't buy in our family. So here's the deal. In my Get to Know Me video, I mentioned that Josh and I and our 3 girls live below the poverty line. It may not be obvious because of the way that we dress or the home that we live in, but it's true. And a lot of people had questions about how do you save money and how are you able to make it? So I want to make a video for you guys about just that thing. In that video, I shared that we were living under the poverty line. And so I wanted to share a little bit about that and how God has blessed us and just brought us up out of that. So the year of COVID was pretty hard on my husband and I. We had just gone through a really difficult season in our marriage where there was a ton of stuff that came out. It was really awful.
The job that I went into, even though I was making way better money, was very toxic for me. And with it was something that fueled my relapse. All of the things that I had struggled with before, they were encouraged in all of that season. She stayed true whenever I was a total piece of junk.
So in this time, Josh left his job and started driving for Amazon, and he was driving for Lyft. While he was driving for Amazon, he was working himself so hard that he started having all these joint issues, and he wound up having to really scale back on his Amazon driving. That same year, my painting business took a huge hit. First of all, because people were not really spending money on extra things like portraits of their family, but also as I was painting and illustrating for an app, the Christmas before COVID, I overworked my hand and injured it to the point where I could no longer paint anymore. So when COVID hit, we were hardly making any money whatsoever. I think that year, if I had to roughly estimate in my mind, we probably made about $20,000 that year. It was very rough, but we made it through. This was probably the most frugal time of our life, but we had always lived frugally. Josh and I had never had jobs that paid extraordinarily well, and we have just been used to living very minimally for most of our life in marriage. So minimal living and frugal living is something that I'm very, very familiar with and have a lot of expertise in. Even coming out of that, when I shared that we were still very low income, I shared that Josh is a technical director, but it's at our church. And so we were living on a ministry budget, which, as many of you guys know, is very low as well. So I started the channel because I'm not really good at anything else. I don't have a whole lot of other talents other than thrifting and making friends. And y'all seemed to like it. People were showing up for me, which absolutely blew my mind. During my first year of making YouTube videos, I made like hardly any money. I was honestly just doing it as a creative outlet and because I had more time on my hands now that they were injured. So about a year in, I got an email for my very first sponsored video. I honestly couldn't believe that somebody would actually want to send me something for free or even pay me to put something in my video. I just felt like flabbergasted by that. I also felt so honored that I went from making like next to nothing on YouTube. I'm talking like $13 a month to all of a sudden there was a little bit of an income coming in. So I was really excited about this, but of course in came the negative comments. People saying, oh, she's sold out. You know, you tell us that we should be thrifting even though you're accepting an item that wasn't thrifted into your home. And let me tell you about that. I'm going to give you the sponsor for today's video as an example. And I want you to think about this as if I am your child or as like your small group leader or something like that, okay? Because I'm just like a normal mom hanging out in my house alone right now. So imagine your daughter is a stay-at-home wife and mother. She has a passion for frugality and creativity and making things beautiful, and that she has put her time and energy into creating something beautiful and engaging and funny for people to watch. A company such as Bolero sees what your daughter is making and they're like, we love this. This sounds great. And then imagine them offering this loved one of yours an evening to be able to take her family out, go bowling together, go to an arcade, order pizza, invite her parents, you know, do all of these fun things. And they offer this fun and incredible experience for this person that you love. We ordered pepperoni pizza. We got this big shareable app plate that we absolutely devoured. It was so good. And then we just bowled our hearts away all night long. This is something that anyone at any age can participate in. It's not just a sport, but it's an entertainment activity for everyone. Bolero is the #1 destination to bowl, party, eat, and play. We love bowling in the wintertime because it gets so cold here in the Midwest. Rain or shine, their bowling centers are the perfect indoor entertainment option. They've got over 350 state-of-the-art locations. They have first-class arcades, games, a range of menu items. They've got signature cocktails if you're into that, and some of their locations even have laser tag. It's so much more than just bowling. They are the perfect backdrop for birthdays, reunions, special occasions, corporate events, or even just to have fun. They have weekly specials such as unlimited bowling, available weekdays and weekends, so you can bowl as long as you want to without breaking the bank. They also have arcade games that are half price every Wednesday. Guests can save 20% on their next lane reservation by visiting the link in the description and filling out their name, center, and preferred location. You can scan the QR code and tap the link in the video description for more details. So like I said, imagine that this is somebody that you love dearly that is offered something like this. Would you be happy for her, or would you be upset with her and call her a sellout? Honestly, I have zero regrets for accepting this proposal from Bolero. We had an absolute blast with my parents, and Bolero's reaching out to me to want to work with me on this video was such a blessing to us. I've also had the opportunity to be able to work with American-made brands like New Flora, So no, this wasn't thrifted, but it is ethically made and I feel honored to wear it. I actually reached out to this company to see if they would want to work with me. And if you're unfamiliar with this, I'll put a link in the description below. If anybody clicks on it, I will receive a commission, and with that commission, I can buy another ethically made dress. To me, this is still me being thrifty. And I had the opportunity to promote a woman-owned business that has a lot of the same values that I do. I want to read a little excerpt from the Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. It says, when you buy, opt for fewer, better things. Often in an attempt to save money, we end up buying a lot of cheaply and often unjustly made items instead of living without for a while and then buying a quality item that will last. Buy it once is a great motto to live by. If you can't afford the high-end version, consider used. Either way, in the end, you'll save money. Still, before you go out and buy some high-quality thing, always ask yourself, do I actually need this? The English designer William Morris offered a good rule of thumb: have nothing in your houses that you do not know to be useful or believe to be beautiful. Remember, the world is constantly asking, how do I get more? But the apprentice of Jesus is regularly found asking, how can I live with less? So I am probably gonna offend some people by saying this, but I've had people reach out to me multiple times, nervous about accepting an offer from a company to do a sponsored post. And my response is that there are two types of people who get upset about people doing sponsored posts in their videos. The first type of person, oh, I'm gonna get some hate. The first type of person is the type that has never had any need in their life. If you are in a place of need where you do not have financial abundance and a company that you loved, that you believed in, that you just adored their products, reached out to you and asked you if you would like to receive one of their products for free, and they may even offer you a payment on top of that to show others their product that you already love. I feel like only if you are very financially stable and without any need would you turn that down. Like, obviously you would love to share a product that you really love with somebody. And if they give it to you for free and want to pay you on top of it, what a blessing that is. The second type of person who is upset when somebody accepts an offer for a sponsorship is the type of person that is probably envious that nobody has ever asked them. I'm sorry for saying it, but it's true, because so many of y'all are incredibly supportive and totally get it. It's only a few that are just so completely turned off at the idea of, you know, a mom accepting payment for doing some work. A big criticism that I've gotten is that people are upset with the fact that I do less thrifting videos today than I used to. And I've explained this a little bit on my channel before, but there's many reasons why I just can't. I literally can't. Number one, primary reason is the fact that I have 4 daughters now, and they are almost always with me. Even my alone time is still just time with just her. With more kids and the fact that since I started my channel, we've moved out to the country, thrift stores are just not easy to come by. It's not like I'm out every day passing by these things. It's not like I have an abundance of time. And even if I do go to the thrift store, I am like wrangling children the whole time. And y'all know, it's just a lot. So I do it when I can. It is my favorite pastime, people. Don't get it twisted. I love thrifting, and I will continue to do thrifting videos on this channel for as long as I'm here. It just can't become the entire theme of my channel, and that's not just for the reason that it's inconvenient. We have an amazing home. Honestly, like, I cannot believe that we were blessed with this place, but we do not have unlimited space here. So I know I've said it before, we cannot just keep accumulating, because then this place becomes a cluttered mess. There's no antique stores that are close to me, so having an antique booth is just not in my realm of possibilities right now. It would take me away from home a lot, and I feel like it would just become a burden more than it would become a joy, if that makes sense. I would rather give my time to my kids. Also, whenever I buy items, I have to ask myself a few questions. First of all, how much time will it cost me to own this? Is it gonna take up storage? Is it gonna take up my mental space? How often will I use it? Will it add value to my life and help me enjoy God and His world even more? Or will it just distract me from what really matters, which is these guys? So when I started this channel, I wanted to convey the message about thrifting, homemaking, and intentional living being pathways to contentment. But I realized that the more that I preach thrifting, it started turning into consumerism. And consumerism is actually the antithesis of contentment. I found myself just wanting to go shopping all the time because I loved it. I loved the thrill of the hunt. I loved finding antiques and saving them. I even set up a little farmer's market booth and stuff and was trying to sell them. Of course, nobody came. But I just had this idea that if I bought it, then I was saving it. I was saving the planet. But before you knew it, I was just overloaded and it held such a heavy weight in my mentalness. It just felt like this giant thing that was hiding in my basement. It was just a big basket full of antiques that I wasn't using. And so I actually realized that there was trouble in my heart of maybe discontentment or feeling like I always needed more. And the more I thought about it, the more I decided to lean into the homemaking and intentional living aspect of my channel, just because I feel like that was better for my family. I want this channel to bless people. I don't want to be communicating false truths like thrifting is going to solve any of your problems, because it probably won't. The key to contentment is also not a clean home or motherhood or homemaking either. The key to contentment is Jesus. And so I will always keep that as part of my channel, because that is the only way that I truly feel contentment in life. If any of you guys are still upset that I have changed, then I don't know if I can help you. Because in my opinion, if you're not changing, then you're not growing. And if you're not growing, then how can you ever attain your purpose? In life, you're either evolving or you're devolving. You're either growing or you're dying. But we never stay the same. Our family has grown, my priorities have grown. I dove deeper into motherhood and deeper into my relationship with God. And I love being able to bring y'all along with me. I think it's pretty clear that from the beginning, my channel has not only been about thrifting, but it has been about making a home and living as intentionally as possible as well. So if any of y'all have been here since the beginning, give me a shout out below. For all of you guys that are new, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. If y'all want to subscribe, that would just bless us so much. And I hope to continue creating beautiful and intentional content for you guys in the future. I hope to look back in 3 or 4 years, and I hope that my channel has changed as much as it has in the past 3 or 4 years. Are you showing your belly? You showing your belly? Well, thanks so much for being here. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. If you guys are liking this content, please like this video, share it with a friend, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and that would really help me out as a very new person to the whole YouTube scene. Anything helps, and I would love to continue making thrifting videos and speaking about all kinds of other stuff. Well, thank you so much for coming on here. I really appreciate it, and we'll see you guys next time.